Hello YouTube, good evening beautiful people. I'm Karma, welcome to Karma on Deck. This is your Sagittarius reading for the week of April 6th. So let's take a look and see what your energy looks like for this week. I do want to give you a little caveat because as we know there's a lot of global effects that are going on. We do have some energies that are going throughout a lot of the readings. For example, the Hermit card, the Tower card, and some of the Hangman, and that's because we're all waiting in place, we all have a lot going on, etc., etc. So this is what we're going to be doing, is going directly into a general spread. I'll be using the Dragon Tarot for that. Hi Cheryl. All right, here we go. So this is your general spread. So this is for your Sagittarius sun. Let's take a look and see what's going on for you guys. And thank you for hanging out with me and for all your support. Two of Swords. So if you look here, guys, on Facebook, we have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords references indecision. So indecision is a decision. And here's what's true. A lot of us are feeling that can't move forward, can't move back kind of feeling. It's almost similar to the Hangman. That's purgatory. That's a stuck phase. Even if we wanted to make a choice right now, there isn't one to be had. Especially if we're very uncertain with what's moving forward and where we're coming from. If you look at this card here, we have the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords is all about feeling caged in, okay? And even though there's no lid on this box. So for example, there's three sides to this and it's an open box, and he's got swords on every side and blinders on. Right now, he's not sure where he's going. The hits keep coming. That's that can't see the forest for the trees type of thing. We have the Ten of Coins, which is decision. We have the Ace of Wands, the High Priestess card. The High Priestess is all about your intuition. Now, it is a full moon right now. So if you're feeling a little heightened awareness, a little heightened emotional affect, you're going to see some of that. I am seeing the Emperor card. You have some very interesting cards, Sag. So you have the Nine of Coins and the Ten of Coins. Some of this has to do with decision making, which is required for you. I'm seeing the Chariot card next to the Three of Wands and the Emperor. Now, how that plays out. So if you look at each of these cards as the words in a sentence, okay, we have the Chariot card, two horses going different directions, and the dragon in the middle is literally having this, like, if I don't take my eyes off the road kind of thing. It would be like you driving down the road in the middle of the night and it's foggy, it's misty, it's a curvy terrain, and it really does take all of your concentration to keep things in order and together. We also see the Three of Wands. Some of you Sagittariuses are definitely feeling like the heat is on. So you're being watched, or if right here you notice that there's a lot of criticism, hyper awareness. Now that's not uncommon for some of us that are housebound when we have multiple people in the same household, or just the fact that, like, sitting still, and even if somebody isn't watching you, just sitting still and feeling as if you notice when somebody walks in the room or walks out of the room, and it's just like, what? But Three of Wands definitely feels like criticism. So if you should expect to feel hyper awareness of people criticizing you or noticing you right now. And it might make you feel a little uncomfortable. We do have the Ten of Cups, the Devil card, which is the Capricorn card, which is, so I was looking up so I have a general feel for what the cards each represent and how they show up, how they behave. So each deck has its own personality, right? And so the Devil card's been popping up in almost every single reading for the last 2 weeks. And so the Devil card actually is one of those things that talks about our restrictions, how we're feeling inhibited in a lot of ways, right? And so the Devil card's all about, like, where we're feeling chained, restrained, inhibited, etc. So if we're having any job restraints, if we're getting less hours than we're used to, if we're getting some financial constraints and some insecurity, we're not able to spend the money that we're used to, we're not able to go out like we're used to. So these are definitely chains and restrictions, like even the access that we have to leisure, we feel like we're a little restrained. And for those of us that are like Sagittarius, our fire signs, they're very adventurous, they like to go do things, they like to be active, and so Sagittarius is definitely feeling like they've got the choke chain on, right? So I will tell you this, a Five of Swords is in your play, okay? Five of Swords is arguments, it's a setting your boundaries, setting your limits. If you notice here, swords cross going in either direction, and there's just a little bit of antagonistic energy going on there. So be prepared for that. Stay a little bit aware. This is your little weather report for for energy as far as that goes. But I do see that toward the end of next week, you should be seeing some relief from that, because we do see the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is all about like the tension finally breaking. So you can expect that if things are feeling heavy, like here, this is the Three of Wands, definitely feeling like, you know, you're being watched, feeling restricted, feeling like you're trying to keep everything in alignment. With the Chariot card, like I said, the two horses going opposite directions and you're really trying to rein them in. This may be feeling like, you know, pressure cooker, okay? So this might break by the end of next week, seeing as the Seven of Swords, Seven of Coins, bridging the gap, okay? There is a lot of paperwork, documents. There might even be some contracts that are signed, legal paperwork, mediation, things that are going on. The Justice card usually involves court or something legal. So if you are moving forward with some of these legal matters and stuff, I am seeing the Justice card. Sometimes the Justice card will play with judgment. However, right now, this is just, I'm not seeing any of the court issues, which we don't have court right now in a lot of areas anyways. So it's just saying that there's some decisions that are being made that involve mediation, that might have a play that with legal documents, like anything. It could be anything from power of attorney to buying a car to, you know, having some mediation going on to divorce to bankruptcy, anything like that. So we do see the Justice card in play. And the other thing that's interesting for Sagittarius right now is I am seeing the Emperor card come up. So if you know divine masculine, divine feminine, divine masculine is outward focused. That's an energetic go-get, whereas divine feminine is like a receiving and magnetic. So the Emperor right now is really all about going out and getting what's necessary for the house, the family, the finances, etc., and also for yourself. But I am also seeing for Sagittarius that you have the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups is emotional balance. So even though you have all this agitation going on, whatever, you're finding a little bit of balance within all of it, and you're striking that little surfboard, okay? So don't sweat. Nothing's really crazy. We don't have the Death card where there's an ending. We don't have the Tower card. It feels like Sagittarius is really keeping the status quo right now and feeling like they're on a good flow. So I'm not seeing anything really terrible besides the Devil card, which isn't all that horrible. It's just the feeling of feeling restricted. And for those of us that have habits, that might be reflecting, you know, a change in habits, especially before we have any bad habits. So, and that could be the whole spectrum: too much gaming, too much Netflix, anything from alcohol to gambling to spending to eating out, like whatever that looks like. The Devil card has to do with habits as well. So for a lot of us, it's really coming up like how we're spending our time and whether it's fruitful for us or whether it's actually, you know, inhibiting us. And we're getting a hyper awareness of that. So don't be too hard on yourself, okay? Because what's true is this is all in flux anyways, and it's all going to be shifting and changing, creating a brand new, beautiful next, right? So curious to see what all of us light workers and healers are doing with this ascension and all this beautiful awakening that I've been seeing happening in my tribe. But that is your sun sign reading. Let's pull some cards for you from my Mystic Dreamer. Take a look and see what's going on for you emotionally. This is your moon sign reading. So moon, Sagittarius, moon. This is what you're thinking, what you're feeling. When you're ready to get your relationship reading, your family reading, your personal one-on-one, book karmaondeck.com. Come find me there. Like, subscribe, and share, and stick around. I will be doing some Q&As on lives coming up soon. So you guys can ask a free one-question ask. So you have an opportunity to see how this works for you. So let's take a look and see what Sagittarius moon is feeling and thinking. Here we go. And it's interesting. So for those of you that are new, usually between both decks, you're going to see some congruency. So the first card that pops out with the Mystic Dreamer is the Emperor card. So Sagittarius, this is your theme of the week, Sagittarius, which is leadership. So if you find yourself questioning whether you should be stepping into speaking out or driving forward, this is a definite yes. This is a confirmation that you should be stepping into that leadership. I am seeing Page of Swords. You don't want to be making some mistakes that are those rookie mistakes, so to speak, right? So you have the Page of Swords. So here's the thing. Page of Swords is all about like impulsive decision making, impulsive behaviors, and like doing things like a rookie. However, we have the Hierophant. So we have the rookie and the Hierophant, which is arrogant and stubborn. So if you combine the Emperor, the Page of Swords, and the Hierophant, that's arrogance. So be cautious that you're not becoming too arrogant. I'm seeing the Four of Wands. So you're definitely thinking about relationship commitments and stuff as things are moving forward. I'm also seeing that Justice card again, which is interesting. I think, was it Justice? Or yep, we have the Justice card twice. So you have both the Emperor and the Justice card. So watch out for that. Pay attention to your legal documents and stuff. I wonder how close to Mercury we're getting, guys. Does anybody know the answer to that? So I am seeing the King of Coins. I'm seeing the Death card. So lots of changes is coming for you, Sagittarius. So emotionally right now, you're going through some changes. Be careful that you don't play the victim, though. Moving forward, we have the Ten of Swords. I'm also seeing the Ten of Cups. You don't like people in your business. Sagittarius very much wants to keep Disneyland in the forefront. We don't want anybody knowing what's going on over here. We're very careful with how we play with our energy and letting people into that private circle. I'm seeing too the Nine of Wands. Sagittarius is feeling very tired this upcoming week. You're feeling like you're doing the same thing over and over again, and that's getting a little drudgery and exhausted. So when it comes to relationships and people, you're not playing with anybody's emotions right now. Right now you're like, this is the standard we're going to stick to. We're not changing anything. But we do have the Death card that's playing. So there's some renewal that's going on with you, and if you're feeling like there's a little baptism with what's going on with your relationships and how you're thinking, you're feeling like you do want a fresh new start. However, we do have the Ten of Swords, so be cautious in your relationships and in how you're thinking right now, because you're definitely feeling as if things aren't how you want them to be. I am also going to say too, you have the Knight of Swords. So if you'll notice in the beginning of your reading, we have the Emperor, Page of Swords, and the Hierophant. But we also have the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is a little bit antagonistic. So if you're picking at people, don't. Just don't. Like, you might find yourself wanting to, and I call that my road rage card. And what I mean by that is like somebody's driving by and you're in your car by yourself and you're going to start firing off at the mouth. That's what happens, you know, with this card, is that you're starting to feel as if you want to be snappy at people. So just be a little cautious with that. And I'm going to pull a card for you from Divination of the Ancients and see what your message is from the Divine. Thank you for hanging out with me, guys, over there on Facebook. If this is new for you guys, let me know how you feel. Ooh, good luck. We've got Black Cat, good luck. Let's take a look and see what Divination of the Ancients has to say for you guys. So Black Cat, good luck. It says, today is your lucky day. You're on a winning streak and everything is going in favor of you. Don't lose a second by worrying about whether or not you should throw caution to the wind. Instead, draw on this good fortune and take advantage, because your big break has arrived finally. Don't be afraid to make the most of it. Now, isn't that hard to listen to when you've got all this craziness going on in the world? It's like, how do I believe something like that? But if you do have this little fortuitous area, like energy coming your way, I'd love to hear about it. So it's saying, make hay while the sun shines. So grab this fortuitous opportunity with both hands. By doing so, you are assured of bountiful rewards. Your incantation, black, let's see, my luck has changed, well, fancy that, as my path crossed with a black cat, and so I win in all I do. With feline help, my dreams come true. So your positive thoughts, your positive vibes, all of that is keeping you grounded and going in the right place. If you have any questions or you want to reach out to me, karmaondeck702@gmail.com. Feel free to reach out to me on the website or any of my social media platforms. Book your one-on-one today, karmaondeck.com. Come play with me on YouTube. Like, subscribe, share. Thank you, guys. I will catch you on the flip side. Blessed be.